I am not taking personal readings at this time. Please beware of people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading was inspired by the fact that this random ass oracle deck just showed up in my mailbox, and I personally love the messages, the energy, and the theme of these cards, and it just was right on par. So this reading is all about which intentions of yours that you have set that are coming true. So which intentions are materializing in your life right now, which intentions are your ancestors, your guides, your angels, and your spiritual team working on right now? What are they working to bring into your life? So these were very, very specific messages that came through. So yeah, just be ready for that. Either you're going to resonate with them or not. Either it's going to confirm the things that you set intentions for, or it won't. But you know, this is also, being that it's a timeless reading, it could just be the timing that's a little bit off. Okay, so let's just jump straight into the disclaimers. So obviously this is a general reading, meaning that it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. So if you hear something that you don't like and think that you're just doomed to that reality, then you're not using my readings correctly, because my readings are used for confirmation and not answers. So realize that at the end of the day, your free will and what you choose to do with it will determine your outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you got to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that, and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'm going to be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone you resonate with the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, start with your feet, and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self, so you can confirm which intentions they are currently working to bring to fruition in your life. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is pre-night. On pile 2 is azurite and malachite. On pile 3 is hemimorphite. And pile 4 is green opal. right, and pile number one, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with some oracle cards over here just to see which intentions of yours are currently materializing in the physical realm. And then we're going to get to your tarot cards and afterwards pull some more additional oracle cards on camera to see which intentions of yours are coming to fruition. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, pile one. So we have divine flow. It says, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. So wait, did I read that wrong? Hold on. It said, oh wait, yeah, let me hold it up. Sorry, you guys. It says, okay, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. Okay, so this is all about things fitting. So one thing that you guys may have set intentions for in the past, doesn't even matter, past couple of days, couple of hours, couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, is to have a more cohesive life and possibly even a more cohesive lifestyle. Let's see, underneath the deck here, we also have sacrifice. I kind of want to pull one more for some reason. I'm going to, yeah. So with divine flow, I definitely just feel like you guys are just asking for more, almost like equality or like balance or harmony in multiple areas of your life. You're ready for your relationships to start harmonizing. You're ready for your job to be able to fit in with your relationships and your personal life. You're ready for your personal life to not get in the way of your work and your goals and the things that you want to achieve in life, because some of you may have felt like you have to choose between your personal life and your career, or like your relationships and your own life or your own self or your own health, things like that. You may feel like it's very difficult to juggle all these different things, and you may have felt like you had to choose one or the other in the past. And so I'm just seeing you guys, some of you guys as well have kind of cleared your life out so you can kind of rebuild it. So you can maybe rebuild your friend group or rebuild your finances or rebuild your career, your profession, you know? It's almost like you're starting over again because you realize there were so many jagged edges in your life where it's just like things weren't fitting as much as you wanted them to fit. They weren't fitting. It wasn't working for you. It was causing you more stress or harm than good. And so I think that that's something that you guys have definitely set intentions for. And if you have, and this is resonating, then it's just time to celebrate, because that's exactly what is coming in for you guys, is more flow in your life. And then we have here trust. And it says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Okay, so a lot of you guys have just given this over to the universe. You've given this over to God. You've given this over to your ancestors. You've given this over to your spirit guides. You've given this over to Christ. You've given it over to someone because you're just like, I'm done worrying about how to make my life fit. You're just realizing that like you need help. You need help from a higher power, a higher source, something that can see a little bit more than we can, because we can't see down the road the way that the spiritual realm can. They can see everything. They're looking at you right now, 80 years into the future. They're looking at you right now, 50 years ago, even if you weren't here yet. Over in the spiritual realm, time is not linear. So everything, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, is all happening at once over there. And so I feel as though you guys have kind of said, like, you know what, when it comes to my romantic life, when it comes to my finances, when it comes to my career, when it comes to my personal life, whatever part of your life that you've been needing help with, you were just like, I'm going to give this over to you guys because I don't know how to make this work. I don't know how to make this fit. So a lot of you guys may have even thrown in the towel when it comes to maybe certain relationships, goals, projects, aspirations, because you just don't know how to get there, or you don't know how to make it work, or it's getting in the way of parts of your life. That's just not acceptable. And so I see that you guys with divine flow and trust, because it takes trust to have flow. You can't just flow divinely without that trust, without that faith that something's going to be there to catch you, that something's going to be there to guide you and direct you as to where to go. So you guys have doors opening. I literally just saw doors opening for you guys. You guys have doors opening, and you're going to be directed as to where to go, because you guys have given over so much to the spiritual realm. And the universe loves when we do that. By all means, we are given permission to engineer our life and to craft it as we see fit. We're allowed to ask for specific things. We're allowed to say we want this and we don't want that. We're totally allowed to do that. But the universe loves a person that says, just take free reign. The universe is such an artist. It loves to create. It loves to form beauty. It loves to form harmony. That is the frequency that the universe works off of, is harmony, rhythm, flow, balance. So anytime we say, take it over, the universe goes mad. The universe is like, okay, well, I'm about to go shopping. I'm about to get this for you. I'm about to get that for you. But the difference is that when the universe does it, it's not just looking at this one thing like, oh, they would really love to have this romantic partner, or they would love to really have that job. No, the universe is going to say they would love to have this type of life and this type of job, but it's going to make it work together. It's going to make it align. That's the difference between us and the universe. The universe can make something align that's going to work for you right now from here on out until the end of time. And that is why the universe loves to take over for us. And that's what I'm seeing with you guys. A lot of you guys have set certain intentions for certain things, but maybe you're not as specific with it because you're just like, you know what? Do what you got to do. I'm trusting in the universe. I'm trusting in my ancestors. I'm trusting in my guides. I'm trusting in God to help this work out for me in the best way possible. You guys are just trusting that your highest and greatest good is being taken care of. And this is something that is for sure coming through in your reading, just as confirmation that, like, look, surrender is underneath the deck. You guys have surrendered everything to the universe, to God, to your spiritual team. It says sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you are dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. This is what I was just talking about. It's when the universe says, like, when you give something to the universe and it says, okay, well, you know what, we're about to go in, we're about to go crazy, we're about to go ham, we're about to get you so many things, but it's just going to work for you. And this is just confirmation. I actually want to leave this out for you. So I am. But if you guys have said at any point in the past, you know what, God, you know what, grandma, grandpa, ancestors, spiritual team, mom, dad, anybody on the other side that you really love and are counting on, and that you still feel this connection to them, if you've told them in the past, just take this over for me because I need help. Boom. That's exactly what you got, pile one. So now let's just start checking out your tarot cards here. I could have went on for days and days and days with just these oracle cards right here. I'm loving your reading so far. Okay, so we have here the very first one is the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, even your tarot cards are looking like your oracle card. Well, just with this Emperor in reverse right here. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And then we've got the Five of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So what's coming through right away is you guys not necessarily trusting in your own guidance, not trusting in your own directions. You may not be there just yet where you feel confident enough to decide, I need to go here or I need to go there. I need to do this versus I need to do that. You may not be comfortable enough with yourself yet because there may have been a few things in the past, a few decisions that you made in the past that didn't work out to what you would consider your best like benefit. You may look back on that choice or decision or action and think to yourself like, okay, that didn't work out, or that went wrong, or that went badly. And the thing is that may have hit your confidence a little bit in your own self when it comes to you making your own decisions, with this Emperor being in reverse and with this Nine of Pentacles being in reverse. Because Emperor upright is all about knowing who he is, what he wants to do. He speaks and acts with conviction. He never second guesses himself. And it's not because he always knows what to do, but he at least knows how to process what he's thinking, process what he's feeling, and then create some sort of plan. And to move forward with that plan. He does not waver when it comes to that plan. So he figures out what he wants. He figures out what he's trying to achieve in life, and he goes after it with a fury, with a vengeance. And he does not stop. He does not give up on that plan until he gets what he wants. And so with the Emperor here, which is why he's ruled by Aries, and so with the Emperor here being in reverse, this lets me know that like you're questioning a little bit if certain things are meant for you. You may be questioning a little bit if you can handle certain things, if you deserve certain things, because the Emperor also speaks to structure, foundation, some sort of a construct. And so with him being in reverse, this could definitely be saying that you are lacking a little bit of confidence when it comes to like you knowing what's best for you. You may feel like you don't know what's best for you. You may feel like that. And most of it is coming from these past decisions and actions where you felt like you walked away the lesser. You felt like you walked away losing. You felt like you walked away inferior. You felt like you walked away wounded, just like what the Five of Swords talks about right here. And the Swords talks about your mind, your mental state. So this is telling me that these actions and decisions in the past that you may look at it as though like that didn't work out for me, that's really affecting your mental state, your confidence in terms of like, I don't know what the best decision is, because last time I took the reins, last time I took the wheel, I made certain decisions that ended with me getting very hurt with the Five of Swords right here. Very, very hurt, but especially hurt mentally. So this is something that still mentally sort of weighs on you. And this is why you're really leaning on your spiritual team. And there's nothing wrong with you leaning on your spiritual team. So again, Emperor is just the card of structure. It's all about the way that things are done. He also represents boundaries, rules, and authority. He represents my way or the highway type of attitude as well. And so with him in reverse, another thing that I'm picking up, and sitting beside the Nine of Pentacles, who's also in reverse, I can see one of the intentions that you have set has to do with getting out of your job or career as well. You may feel trapped there to some degree, like you are financially dependent on that job, because the Nine of Pentacles upright talks about self-sustainability, financial independence. And in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles can say something along the lines of, the only way that I can or know how to make this type of money is with this job, or working in this industry, or doing this type of work, or dealing with this type of circumstance. And this is not an environment of your making, in other words. So to me, what this looks like is you've set the intentions as well. More specifically looking into the intentions that you've set, it looks like you could have set intentions for a more lenient job, maybe more passive income or easier income without back-breaking work. For those of you that set intentions about your dream job, I see that you've also put in a request for a specific type of boss or working environment. For sure, all of these cards right here can have to do with those in leadership that you work with. It could as well be too, you putting in a specific request for a particular boss with this Five of Swords, or particular working environment as well with this Five of Swords and the Emperor. You may be used to working in an environment where people screw over whoever they need to in order to get ahead with this Five of Swords right here. You may be used to working with very like cutthroat, ruthless type of people. They'll sour other people's reputation, whatever they have to do just to get ahead. It doesn't matter whose toes that they have to step on. Something about your current or previous profession may have been very toxic, and it seemed like the people there were the problem because of how competitive and egotistic that they are with this Five of Swords, as well as even with the Emperor. The Emperor is ruled by Aries. Aries is extremely competitive, very, very ambitious, and very idealistic. There's certain things that Aries just has to achieve and has to accomplish. People with a lot of first house energy, a lot of Aries energy, really dominant Mars placements are going to understand that I cannot help it. There's just certain things that I have to achieve. I will literally put all of my wants, all of my desires, all of my needs on the back burner until I get there. That's just that Aries energy, which is why I love Aries. And I honestly love all the signs, all the energies, all the planets, but Aries energy is just like that one that like really gets things done. That's all it's focused on. And so that's what I'm kind of seeing here is like, the environment that you were working in may have been extremely unhealthy, especially for your mental health with this Five of Swords right here. Just being in this type of competitive nature and environment all the time can really put a different amount of pressure and stress on a person, especially when it comes to performing your job. So, what I'm seeing here is like, this could have definitely been very toxic with how egotistic and competitive certain people were. The Emperor in reverse may also be confirmation for those of you that set intentions for wanting to work for yourself. You may have said, I want to build my own company or business. And I also pile one, let me say this with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this is some of you investing a large chunk of your savings into this new business venture or setting up your business, because some of you refuse to take out a loan to get started on a business. You refuse to start your business already in debt, something like that. I'm literally hearing someone have a conversation about this. So this Nine of Pentacles is for those of you that want to go completely independent, starting over or building everything from scratch. And this is confirmation of that happening for you, pile one, as well as I just heard some of you that your goal is to have a company ran possibly by all women or mostly women, or it could just end up being ran by mostly women without you trying to make that happen. It just kind of ends up that way, because this is something that I'm picking up as well with your pile, is a lot of this is future. A lot of this is future. A lot of this is unfolding right now, and you don't know that it's going to unfold that way. So for example, this is just an example. Some of you may be may have been trying to manifest a certain type of job, and you end up in the next 3 months from now creating your own company or business, because there's just literally no other place that fits you, that works for you. Divine flow, trusting in the universe, this divine flow, you just sort of flowing right into some other sort of avenue that you didn't see coming. So a lot of this, what I'm picking up with you guys, with your pile, yeah, I just got goosebumps. Do you guys get goosebumps when you resonate with something? That may be you. You may get goosebumps when you resonate with something, or when one of your spiritual team members kind of comes really, really close to you. You may get the hair stands up on your body, or those goosebumps. But yeah, the thing that I'm picking up, I think that was just for confirmation for me to know that this was just confirmation for a lot of you that you do not see this coming yet. And it's also because too, what we talked about in the beginning with your oracle cards, you guys just completely like shoving all of this into your spiritual team's hands and just being like, you deal with it. This is why you don't see a lot of this coming, because the universe is about to go ham with your reality, with your life, with your environment, with everything in your life. You're not going to believe where you end up by the end of 2021. You're not going to believe, you're going to look back and be like, what the hell? I had no intentions of setting up a company. I had no intentions of doing this. I had no intentions of getting married. I had no intentions of doing that, whatever it may be. And it's going to make you like laugh your ass off, because you're just like, how did this happen? It's because the universe is like perfect. You're trusting us enough to literally push you right into your path and what you're supposed to be doing. So there's a lot that you guys don't see coming just yet. I keep picking that up when it comes to you setting up your own business or a company. Like, you guys aren't necessarily interested in that. So some of you guys here in pile 1, you're not interested in being a leader. You're not interested in that with this Emperor in reverse. You are not interested in that. You just want to work in a space and in an environment where people are peaceful, where they're not doing anything to get ahead. There's a certain specific type of environment that you guys want to work in order for you to thrive professionally. And you might not want to hear this, but you might not find that, pile 1. The way that you guys, a lot of my pile 1s are being led is into doing your own thing. And you might not have seen this for yourself, but the universe sees it for you. There's a lot of things that you don't see for yourself that the universe sees for you right now. And that's exactly what's materializing for you at this moment. And so it's going to be really funny to look back in a few months and be like, yeah, I just did not see this coming. So yeah, that was just something really big that I needed to mention. There's a message about, as well, confirming your business being made in that feminine image or energy. I just keep picking up a lot of feminine energy. So it could also be too as well that you end up creating some sort of company or business that has never really been done before, or it sort of stands in its own league, I guess you could say. Just something that's very, very different, because feminine energy is going to be quite different. It's going to be extremely creative, right, when we're dealing with feminine energy. So this just may be something where it's just this sort of like genius idea when it comes to you creating your own business or something like that. It's definitely going to be something that's not really done. It might not be much of a market for it. And this is why, you guys, the 9 of Pentacles is here. Yes, it's in reverse, but it is here. That energy is here. You being self-sustained, you being able to create something that you end up thriving off of. And this could very well lead into the 10 of Pentacles, where you end up thriving so much that the people around you end up thriving as well. You never know. Or you could end up in a position where you end up employing friends or family members or people in need or people that need help, or, just anything like that, or inspiring them to a certain degree. So there is also confirmation here for those of you that have been making plans with another coworker that has also been complaining about the management. at you guys' job, or they've been treated poorly by those that run the office. And I see you and possibly another person starting a business together or sort of branching off together. Maybe you guys leave at around the same time and end up doing your own thing. Something along those lines. Let's see. Let's get some other cards here as to what is manifesting for you. And so we've got energy. A light inside my fire divine, energy fill me, make me shine. Okay, so energy for some reason is it's making me feel like there's something building up. There's definitely something building up that you're probably just not aware of. And energy as well, it says fire divine, energy fill me, make me shine. Fire divine. You guys may have some dominant fire placements in your natal chart as well. Look at what we've got for you, pile one, victory. You guys, I'm telling you, you gave it over to the universe and you said, just make sure it works out, my highest and greatest good. This is all you're going to end up saying for a very long time is victory, success, over and over and over again, because you have surrendered to that divine flow and you are ultimately trusting in it so much, because you're like, you know what? I don't know what to do. So what's the worst that could happen if I just give it over to my spiritual team? This is the worst that could happen. Victory. That's all that's happening for you. Success, victory, win after win after win, period. It says, I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. So that may be what this energy buildup is too as well. You guys really do not see this coming. There is a lot of buildup happening within your life that you don't necessarily see or feel just yet. And then we have here inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Isis, or otherwise I know her as a Set. She may be one of your spiritual guides. She may be a energy that you're very closely connected to or that you work with a lot. Okay, all right, so let's see. Let's just see. These are the intention cards, and this was actually the reason that I decided to do this reading, because these cards just ended up in my mailbox and I don't know where they came from. I did not order these. Somehow they just ended up in my mailbox and I was like, wow, these cards are kind of perfect and they have like all these intentions on them. And that's why I wanted to do the reading. Like, well, let's just see which one of our intentions are coming true. I kind of figured it was just that. Okay, so the first card that we have for you as far as intentions, it says calling upon ancestors and loved ones. Yeah. Okay, so this just lets you know right here that your ancestors are very closely linked to what's happening in your life right now. And it says purpose. It says, when you are feeling alone in the world, when you are missing those who have gone before you, allow this card to offer you the love, comfort, and support that is just a memory away. It says history and love here. It says a popular practice for connecting with the spirits of the dearly departed. Seances date back to the 18th century, derived from the French word seor, I think, which means to sit. These meetings were organized to communicate with ghosts or spirits and included a spirit medium acting as a conduit of these messages. Mary Todd Lincoln helped popularize this practice as a means to alleviate her grief over the loss of her son. Spiritualist seances were held in the White House and were attended by her husband, President Abraham Lincoln, as well as other notable members of society. The tools here says items linked to the ancestor/loved one that you are trying to connect with, including photographs, their favorite meal to cook, since they held most dear, favorite flowers, something reminiscent of their favorite hobby, their life's work, beloved books, etc. Have a writing instrument and paper on hand, as well as a white candle and a candle snuffer. The ritual instructions here for this is the best time to perform this ritual is during Samhain, which is Halloween, and this is when the veil separating the physical world and the realms beyond is at its thinnest. Surround yourself with the items that you have gathered and light your candle. Allow yourself to relax into the space and fill your mind with your favorite memories or histories of the departed that you wish to contact. And setting the intentions here says, set an intention for only positive connections and communications. See yourself surrounded by the glow of the white candle and know that you are protected. Welcome the spirit that you wish to contact into your space and make it clear this connection is forged through perfect love and perfect trust. You also have the trust card here. It's interesting. And then it says here, with writing instrument and paper at the ready, ask whatever questions or messages you feel stirring in your heart. Clear your mind and write down whatever it is that comes through and whatever it is that comes through to you in response, whether it be images, words, or feelings. This practice is also commonly referred to as automatic writing. Continue on in this manner until you feel the connection waning. Thank the spirits for whatever messages you have received and close the session with love and gratitude. Snuff out the candle, watch the smoke evaporate into the air, and with it the last of your communications. Now, I will say, please do not do this unless you are absolutely perfectly comfortable with doing this, and unless you are very, very gifted and knowledgeable as to how to protect yourself, okay? I do not play with opening up communication unless you know exactly what you're doing, how to protect yourself. And if you are uncomfortable with doing that, do not do it, okay? But this is just another way to say, if you are not comfortable with doing this, this is just another way to confirm that your ancestors are greatly involved in your intentions materializing, as well as too, some of you, if you have ancestor altars, they're definitely working and connecting with them. Let's see, let's get one more intention card for you. The next intention card that we have for you guys is grounding, and it says purpose. For alignment, for presence, for calling clarity back to your body and mind, meditate with this card. History and Love says the body's energy centers, known as chakras, are the epicenters of energetic well-being for our bodies and minds. When they are blocked, imbalance and illness can manifest. The 7 chakras include the root chakra, base of the spine, the sacral, lower abdomen, the solar plexus, upper abdomen, the heart chakra, center of the chest, above the heart, and the throat chakra, which is the throat, the third eye chakra, between the eyes, and the crown chakra, top of the head. Tools here when balancing the chakras. Certain stones can be incorporated to enhance the energy of and the ability to clear each energy center. Red jasper for the root, carnelian for the sacral, yellow aventurine for the solar plexus, green aventurine for the heart, lapis lazuli for the throat, amethyst for the crown. It says these are just suggestions. You can select your own by doing further research on the colors associated with each chakra and different stones. And then it says ritual instructions: lie in a comfortable position and in a space where you will not be disturbed for at least 30 minutes. If you like, play some soothing music in the background. You can also play a guided chakra meditation. Place the stones on the corresponding chakras beginning at the root. Visualize calming and clearing that energy center. You may even see the colors representing each energy center as a swirling galaxy, connecting you to the star stuff that you are made of. This may help create a sense of peace. Continue through until you have reached your crown. Remain in this state for as long as you need and feel balance and a sense of grounding return to you. And for setting the intention here, it says, I am the universe. I am whole. I am centered. I am grounded. I am at peace. And underneath the deck, what we have for you is abundance. This is something else that you guys are also manifesting, or it is materializing in your life, is an abundance of these energies. And like I said, I picked that up with the energy card right here, is that there's a buildup of energy happening for you guys. There's a buildup of momentum. There's a buildup of speed. There's a buildup of results. There's just this buildup. And it's going to spill out in a way that you're just not seeing. You're not seeing it right now, which is going to be really incredible because the universe does love to surprise us. And so I'm really excited for you guys. I hope that you guys get excited about everything that's coming. And I do pray this reading really helped sort of bring some clarity around what it is that you guys are manifesting in terms of your intentions. But pile number 1, thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off here with some oracle cards just to see what intentions are currently materializing or manifesting in your life. Then we're going to be checking out your tarot cards and then pulling some additional oracle cards on camera just to get a better look as to what is currently coming to fruition in your life from the spiritual realm. So let me just straighten these. Now let's get started. So let's just get started seeing what is, okay, you already got one card out for you. We have here letting go. Everything is indeed out of control and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. So this definitely sounds like an ending, some sort of closure, possibly even coming to some form of acceptance. And then we have, yeah, look at that. We have delusion that came out next. It says intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Wow. And this is a reading all about what intentions that you have set. And so, and underneath the deck, we also have right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. What I'm definitely picking up here is just a sense of you guys setting intentions to definitely let go of someone, maybe even cut some cords. There could be like some cord cutting intentions that you've set. You may have asked even certain angels, archangels to help you detach from someone spiritually and energetically, because you guys may realize that the reason that you're having a difficult time letting go or moving on is because it's like your energy is still connected. You may be still emotionally connected to someone and you're working on letting them go because maybe the relationship isn't working anymore. This person could have passed on, and you're looking to move on with your life, but there's something that's still sort of holding you back or keeping you connected. And at this point, it's starting to feel like an anchor. Either which way, it's starting to feel like an anchor, something that you're willing to sacrifice or let go of. So I'm just really seeing here, you guys wanting some sort of closure. It may even be forgiveness that you have set intentions for, where you're like, help me to get over this. Help me to walk away without anger. Help me to walk away without resentment, without suffering, without pain, without being wounded. And so you guys just want to walk away with a clean slate. You don't want to carry this anymore as baggage into any more future situations. You don't want to carry this with you in the present even. So this is what I'm really seeing as far as your intentions, whether you have set them or not. This is something that is coming through and manifesting for you guys, is the ability to let go and to really be in the here and the now with this delusion and this right now card. Oh, let me turn off my AC 1 second. Because with this delusion card right here and this right now card, I'm also kind of picking up that you guys, you want to be able to accept the truth as it is. You want to be able to accept the facts as it is, and you don't want to be in a position or in a space where somebody maybe is showing you their true colors through their actions, but maybe you're choosing to believe their words, or maybe you are believing someone's actions and not their word. It's like there's like some sort of a misalignment or something interesting going on where it's like the actions and the words aren't necessarily fitting. They're not aligning. And you may be believing what this person is saying and choosing to ignore their actions or what they're doing or not doing. So I'm just seeing you guys kind of set intentions to maybe possibly even be a little more mentally stronger when it comes to walking away and staying away, not getting sucked back in or not believing something. I'm just getting the feeling that some of you feel as though when it comes to your heart, you maybe feel like someone's taking advantage of your weakness when it comes to your emotions or your heart, like they know what to say and for you to get you to forgive them or to get you to get over something or to get you to believe them. And I feel like that's what you guys have asked for help with. Help me to be stronger. Help me to actually let go. Help me to get over this person or this situation or this past or whatever it may be and not get sucked back into it again. You just want a nice clean break. So let's just check out your tarot cards to see what we've got going on. And so we have here the Seven of Pentacles. Then we've got the Six of Cups in reverse. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Yep. This is all about you guys walking away from something completely clean, even break. As you can see, he stacked every cup and he's out. He's clocked out. He's like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. So, okay, pile 2. Right away, the intentions that you've set definitely have to do with releasing yourself from someone else. It's been very difficult for you to accept that a relationship has ended or has drastically changed. You keep looking at how much time and energy you may have invested with the Seven of Pentacles right here. And yes, the Pentacles deals with the material realm, but that's not all that it represents. The Pentacles can also talk about, or it does also talk about, the things that we value. And we can value everything from cars, homes, and clothes to our time, energy, and efforts, so it's like cars, homes, and clothes, they have a value on it. They have a price tag on it. Something like your time, energy, and effort is it's invaluable. It's priceless. So this is you looking at how much that you have done for someone else that you can't get back with the Seven of Pentacles right here. It's like, I've given this to you. I can't get this back, you know? And that may be another thing that you're holding on to, is like, damn it, I want some reciprocity, you know? Like, I want something back from what I've given to you. Maybe you've given someone your heart, your trust, your energy, your commitment, your something, and you're just like, damn it, I want something back from that. Or I at least want an explanation as to why that wasn't enough, or why that wasn't good enough, or why that didn't work out for you. Why wasn't that good for you, you know? And so that may be another thing that you guys are really holding on to, because naturally anyone's going to hold on to that. Everything in the universe works as a transaction. And I know a lot of people don't like looking at things that way, especially relationships, but it's the truth. We don't get into relationships with people because we don't need them in our life, or because they don't bring anything to our life. And we look at our relationships as though, like, you know, I've connected with you in a way where I don't feel like I'm gonna find this connection with anyone else, or I don't feel like it's as common to find that connection with other people. And so we hold on to our relationships because of that connection. Either we're born into those connections or we create them. Now, your cards here are talking about the connections that you have created, especially with the Six of Cups and this Eight of Cups right here. This is a connection that basically you came into maybe a little bit later on in life. So this could have been somebody that you met in high school or college, or, you know, a little later on in your life. And so, you know, this is someone that you have a very difficult time letting go of, because they've been here for a while. With the Six of Cups in reverse right here, Six of Cups talks about an innocent past. It talks about the past. It talks about innocence. It talks about genuineness, and just, you know, because that's why there's two kids here. Kids are so pure, they're so genuine, right? And when they connect with something or love something, it's the purest form. And so this is talking about you connecting with someone at a time where it seemed so innocent, it seemed so pure, it seemed so lighthearted and good-hearted. You know, it seemed like a really good person, it seemed like a really good connection, it seemed like a really good, pure-hearted relationship or connection. And so for this to be in reverse, it's like, wow, this is not who I thought it was, or this is not the connection that I thought it was. And you're having a very difficult time letting go of that. You're having a very difficult time accepting that, because you thought that things were so different. It felt different. It felt pure. It felt genuine, you know? And so that may be very difficult for you to kind of accept the fact that, like, it wasn't what I thought it was. It may make you feel a sense of like some sort of cognitive dissonance, or just like it's very difficult to accept this reality with this delusion card right here. And this is what you're really trying to let go of. You're trying to let go of this pure, innocent, genuine past. You're trying to let go of this pure, innocent, genuine image that you had of someone, or of some sort of situation, or of a relationship. And it's very, very difficult for you to accept it. So the Seven of Pentacles is also you looking at how much you've done for someone else, how much you have helped them, or how much you have given to them just out of love, just out of the purity of your heart, because maybe they needed something and they came to you. And it's easier to see when you look at the card that comes before the Seven of Pentacles, which is a Six of Pentacles, where this one person has taken up the responsibility to give to those that are less fortunate than him. So this was you giving to someone because you loved them or cared about them, and saw a way that you could help ease the difficult times that they were going through. And this may have been money that you gave to this person. And Six of Cups talks about the past. Like we always talk about on Patreon, I tell you guys, when looking at the tarot cards, especially ones that you do not understand, in order to really learn them and comprehend what they mean, just look to the cards that come before and then look at the cards that come after. The card that comes before the Six of Cups is a Five of Cups, where he's crying over 3 cups that he has lost. Even though he still has 2 standing, he's not necessarily in a state to appreciate those 2 left standing just yet. And he didn't necessarily appreciate those 3 cups in front of him when he was in the 4 of Cups. But now that he has lost those cups, he's mourning them. And it's the classic case of you don't know what you got till it's gone, which is why in the 6 of Cups, I see this as him reminiscing on the past when those cups were still intact, when he still had them, or when he first received them. And the 6 of Cups right here is a call to you, pile 2. If this is a relationship that you've lost, you are seeing this as something that was taken from you, when in reality, you didn't lose anything. They lost you. This was a classic case for them of, I didn't know what I had till I lost you, till it was gone. You already knew what you had, which is why you were willing to give, which is why you were willing to invest in this connection, this relationship, and this person or situation with the Seven of Pentacles right here. Some of you guys are just, you're empaths as well. You're empaths. And this is another reason why you're having such a difficult time letting go. And I don't want to put it on like your spiritual gifts or talents as the reason why you're dealing with this challenge right now, or this conflict of releasing someone, but it has to do with this deep level of connecting to people. Like, you can look straight past a person's toxic traits to see the purity in their heart with the Six of Cups right here. And that's why it's so difficult for you to let go, because it's like, I know you made some bad decisions. I know you made some bad choices, but you're somebody that believes in second chances. You're someone that believes in third and fourth chances. You're someone that deeply understands the complexity of human beings, you know, and you try to leave room for other people to figure that out the way that maybe it's taken you some time to figure things out, you know. So you're trying to be that compassionate, understanding human being. One, because you're just empathetic AF, like you're very empathetic. You are an empath. And you are really able to see the purity and the genuineness of someone, even past all the toxicity that they have, or even past all the toxicity that they exude, you know, the bad choices and decisions that they've made. You're still able to see past that and be like, you're a good person. I know you are. And that's why it's really hard for you to give up on people. So you didn't necessarily lose anything, pile 2. They lost you, but you might not see that or recognize that right now. You might not see it that way just yet. And with the Eight of Cups right here, the intentions that I'm picking up is someone asking for help to not carry pain, anger, or resentment from this relationship, just like what we were talking about with your oracle cards right here. I'm loving the fact that these are just really aligning today. Well, so far, the last couple of piles, the oracle cards and the tarot cards. But yeah, this is definitely you asking not to carry pain, anger, resentment from this relationship or from this experience. You want to be emotionally, spiritually, and karmically free of this person or connection. You want a clean break. And some of you did a soul. I definitely mentioned this earlier. When just looking at your oracle cards, you may have done a cord cutting soul or a cord cutting ritual. You may have done spiritual baths. You've been really, really focused on not wanting to care anymore. And that's what this looks like. Like, you just want to get over them and be done with the past with the Six of Cups right here. Like, you want to be so over them to the point where they're reaching out for you and you don't feel that pull to help them, you know, like you don't feel. Some of you feel like you're almost like a slave to them, or like to your emotions, or like to your heart, because you can't help but to like respond when they need you, you know. And it's like this person. That's the crazy part. I don't feel like this person is calculating it. I don't feel like they're like, oh, as long as I cry, they're going to come running right back. I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like this person is highly conflicted and challenged themselves, and they don't really know how to evolve in a sense. And so they really do lean on you. And that's the difficult part. You can sense their genuineness. You can sense the fact that it's like they're not just like stringing you along just for the hell of it. They truly do need you. But at the same time, you also need your emotional peace, pile 2. You also need your emotional peace, and you also need all this energy and effort that you're putting into them to yourself, because they're not able to give back right now. And so if they're not able to do that right now, like this oracle card says here, it is best to let go for the time being. And this right now card could be saying that this is not a permanent decision that you need to make. This is not like an absolute, but for right now, in order for maybe you to like recharge your batteries or to rebuild yourself and your emotional state to get back to a state of peace, maybe for right now you need to let go. Some of you as well too, with the Six of Cups in reverse and this delusion card right here, you actually kind of started to look at this as though you may have felt at some point like, I wish I didn't know the truth. You know that saying, ignorance is bliss, where it's just like, if I wouldn't have known this, I would have been able to be happy or to stay happy. So some of you guys, you may still be going through that phase where you're like, I wish I didn't know this, with this delusion card right here. This is such a straightforward but extremely powerful card, this delusion card right here, with this Six of Cups in reverse. This is like a double whammy of, I wish I didn't know. You know, almost like you weren't ready for the truth, or you weren't ready to know that this person wasn't who you thought they were. And like I said, this is a very interesting dynamic here, because I'm not picking up that this person is premeditated in any way. Like, I'm not picking up the fact that like they're coming for you, or they're aiming at you, or they're just trying to bring you down. No, this person is an anchor, yes, but it's like they don't want to be, you know, but they don't want to not be an anchor enough to do the work that they need to do to stand on their own 2 feet and not drag you down, which is why right now you are being led or directed to let go and to accept the situation for what it is. You've just been so focused on not wanting to care anymore. And that's just what this looks like. It just looks like you just want to get over them and just be done with the past. You're even willing to take the loss. Like, let's say, for example, this person still owes you money. Some of you are so done, or want to be so done, that you're willing to be like, you know what, keep it. I don't care. I just don't want to be tied to you or this or us anymore. Like, take whatever you want. So the intentions that I'm seeing, God and the universe answer from you, is you wanting to walk away for good from this person, relationship, or situation, spiritually cutting the cord or connection between you and this person, being able to walk away with your head held high, being able to walk away while still believing in love and friendship or family or people, being able to walk away without taking on trust issues, being able to walk away without holding on to any anger or resentment. This is closure that you guys have asked for, and acceptance. For some of you, you've been asking for this because you've been holding on to that anger, that pain, and that resentment, and those wounds of some sort of possible betrayal here. And so this could have been a bit traumatic for some of you. This could be trauma that some of you guys are working to get through and working to heal. Some of you have set intentions as well, what I'm picking up, for a peaceful split, or a peaceful breakup, a peaceful separation, or a peaceful divorce. The 7 of Pentacles is telling me that some of you shared something of value with this person. It could be like a home or vehicles, a business, money, pets even, or like a friend group. Maybe you guys share mutual friends, or even children, and just not wanting to have to fight over that. You know, it's like you guys either don't have the energy to fight over who gets to keep what, or you're just not interested in fighting, period. You're not interested in prolonging this and dragging this on. You just want to be done. Boom. Let's just move on, you know? And you don't see the point of fighting this out. Some of you also set intention so this person doesn't feel scorned walking away as well. So they don't try to like taint your name or get revenge or obsess over getting you back, something along those lines. Some of you may have been worried that if I end this relationship or partnership as well, that they're going to try and drag my name or take me to court or just be dramatic about it, you know? And so that's also coming up as you wanting to avoid the drama. You don't want the melodrama. You don't want the theatrics. You don't want the conversation. You don't want the emotional outburst. You don't want the tear. You're not interested in this emotional shit. You're just like, listen, it didn't work out at this point. I'm done feeling this way. I'm ready to move on. It's like you're able to be cold, pile 2, when you need to. You are able to be cold when you need to, for sure. Let's see. Let's get some other oracle cards here. See what else may be manifesting in your life. Look at that. We got new beginnings. This is exactly what you guys want. And it says, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. This is definitely a new beginning. Eight of Cups right here also talks about new beginnings. And you guys are aware too that I have to let go in order to have a new beginning. I can't keep holding on to this. And so so many of you guys are just ready to just accept. Look, harmony. Yeah. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. Yeah, you guys are ready to be in a situation that's not chaotic anymore, that's not disturbing your peace anymore. This is why you guys are walking away, for inner peace, for mental peace, for emotional peace, for spiritual peace. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You don't want to waste your energy with that. You're like, I've already wasted enough time, energy, or effort in this situation. I'm just ready to walk away at this point. And now I need to rebuild me and my mental state or my emotional state or my self-esteem or my life, you know, and I need to do it with a clean slate. And then underneath the deck here, we have strength. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. I love that for you. All right, pile 2. Now let's get some intention cards here. This deck right here is actually the reason that I decided to do this reading, because I did not order these cards. I don't know where they came from. They just showed up in my mailbox and I was like, must be a sign. So, yeah, let's just see what we've got going on. See what intentions. Okay, so we have water here that came out for you. And it says here, water, the purpose is hold this card when the need for purification arises. Yeah, that's what you guys are trying to do right now. Purified. You're trying to purify yourself emotionally and spiritually. It says, cradle this card when the past is ready to be washed away. This is exactly what we've been talking about your whole reading. I'm loving this confirmation. It says, cradle this card when the past is ready to be washed away. Honor this card as you honor yourself, fresh, clean, and whole. It says the history and love of this card. History and lore. I've been saying love. History and lore. It says the concept of baths for the purpose of purifying the body and soul date back as far as the 7th century, referred to as hammams. I don't know. It says these Turkish baths also hosted major life events such as births and weddings, incorporating ritual baths into these gatherings. I did mention earlier in your reading, you guys may be doing spiritual baths. And if you have been doing that, whatever sort of intentions that you have set during those spiritual baths where you're like, I just want to invite love in my life or peace in my life. I want to heal. I want to purify. This is huge confirmation that those spiritual baths had actually been like a spiritual process for you, a spiritual purification process. So that's amazing news. And if you've been feeling like I want to do a spiritual bath, this is just confirmation to definitely start doing that. And it says here, the tools, Epsom salt or Himalayan crystal salt, essential oils, lavender, eucalyptus, or even orange are excellent choices. Candles or incense and soft music. It says here, ritual instructions. Select a time in which you won't be disturbed for at least an hour. Dim the lights, light your candles or incense, and draw a bath. Hit play on your favorite soothing music. Scoop 2 handfuls of salt into your bathtub. Add a few drops of your essential oils and carefully, mindfully slip in. It says for setting the intention, it says the point of this ritual is release and purification, a rebirth to help usher you into the next phase of your story. Feel the warmth of the water ripple around you. Inhale the calming scents and become enchanted by the soft candlelight. Feel the weight that you've been holding slip from your body as the water takes it, transmuting it, allow the gentle bath water to cleanse you of what no longer serves you. When the water has run cold or you begin to prune, open the drain and watch the contents of the bath slowly recede, and with them whatever you need to release. As you rise, see yourself as Aphrodite emerging from the sea foam and affirm, I am pure, I am balanced, I am everything I need, I am serenity. I love that. Yeah, I actually make my own salts and I actually color them and everything. I add in crystals and herbs and everything. And I really, really got into working very closely with salt last year in 2020 and using it to sort of purge certain things from my life or purify certain things from my life. And I'll use them in my food. I'll use it in the bath. I'll use it anywhere in the corners of my home, anywhere and everywhere. Because it's very cleansing. It's very cleansing and it's very purifying. And that is just one really beautiful way to sort of banish certain things from your life, from your energy, especially your aura, your auric field, which needs proper hygiene, proper care all the time. Let's see, let's get one more intention card for you guys. Okay, and we have here balance, just like harmony. And it says... the purpose is when the scales of life have shifted, when chaos seems to reign supreme, when balance is needed within and without, reach for this card. History and lore says, contained with the Egyptian Book of the Dead. It says, contained within the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the weighing of the heart judgment ceremony was performed before the chief god of the afterlife, Osiris. I know him as Wazir, but it says Osiris here. And it says the Egyptians believed that a place in the afterlife would be granted based on a person's actions during their lifetime. Using a massive scale, a feather would be placed on one side of the scale and the deceased's heart on the other. The feather was a physical representation of truth, justice, and order, and is commonly associated with Ma'at. If the heart found balance with the feather, that signified that it was devoid of the heavy wrongdoings that would weigh it down, and the deceased was granted access to the fields of Hetep and Iaru. And it says the tools here, a representation of Ma'at can be a statue, an oracle card, a feather or a scale, a white candle, a piece of paper, and writing utensil. The ritual instruction says either your sacred space or a quiet space. You want to be relaxed and in a setting that cultivates peace and clarity. Light your candle and meditate on the flame from a clear picture in your mind of what areas and situations in your life you'd like to bring into balance. Once your vision is clear, write it down. If you have gathered a feather and a scale, place a feather and your vision each on opposing sides of the scales. Feel the physical representation of balance manifest within. Sit with this feeling for as long as you see fit. When finished, blow out the candle, giving thanks to Ma'at for her assistance and to yourself for your intentions. And it says here with setting the intention, with the utmost integrity, balance is restored to my life by taking the higher ground. Justice is peacefully served through right action and speech. Truth will prevail. And then underneath the deck here, I'm not going to read this one, but I'll just show it to you guys. This is just the author. And underneath that card is self-care. And I'll hold it up so you guys can screenshot it. But definitely self-care. So self-care is also going to help you guys reconnect to balance. And self-care for me reconnects back to water and bath rituals and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing you guys manifest right now just a completely cleansed, purified aura and frequency, just completely detached of everything before that was kind of dragging you or bringing you down in a sense, or it started to drag you and bring you down. But there's a lot of new beginnings on the way, a lot of new harmonious beginnings on the way to you guys. But yeah, so pile 2. Let me get this off your card so you can see it. But yeah, pile 2, this is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with some oracle cards here just to see which intentions of yours are currently materializing. Then we're going to be checking out your tarot cards and then afterwards checking out some additional oracle cards on camera just to get a full view as to what you are currently manifesting based off of the past intentions that you guys have set. So let's get started. Ooh, okay. That was fast. The first one to jump out for you is awakening. It says, "Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense." So right away, this looks like you guys definitely having some sort of a spiritual awakening. And it says here, divine abundance. You are born to align with love's will, follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance and not chase it. And then underneath the deck here, we have grounded. And it says, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. So we have here awakening, divine abundance, and grounded. So what I'm picking up with this is you guys having set intentions before, possibly wanting to do with finding your own spiritual path, finding your own religious path, finding your own faith-based path. You want to connect to something, some sort of a higher power or some sort of universal power that you resonate with, And so I'm seeing here that you guys may have set some sort of intentions to maybe like increase your spiritual powers, maybe to get in touch with your spiritual abilities, to practice with them, to learn them, to really get to know them, to not be afraid of them possibly. Because with awakening and grounded here, this is just grounded for me is like something that you can be sure of, that's something that you are confident in. So this seems like, to me, this is like a spiritual practice or a spiritual path that you guys can really get behind, be committed to, and really believe in. Your intentions may have something to do with that as well as purpose, because anytime that I see spiritual, like a spiritual connection align with like believing in something or like spiritual path and like being able to believe in it, that really closely aligns to your purpose, your life's purpose, and the reason that you're here. So you guys may have also set intentions to find your purpose, your soul's purpose, the reason that you're here. You may want to connect to something deeper. You guys may not want to keep chasing after the same things, especially with this grounded card right here that says many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular people, living with joy, dignity, and courage. So some of you guys may realize, like, I don't want to keep chasing behind money, or I don't want to keep chasing behind influence or power or fame or whatever it may be, or, material things. So you guys may just be going through a huge hermit moment right now, where you're really connecting to something deeper and beyond yourself, something deeper and beyond this realm, something deeper and beyond this planet, something deeper and beyond your own goals and your own aspirations. And so this just definitely seeing, and divine abundance right here is a divine amount of spiritual connection, or a divine amount of spiritual interaction and engagement. So you guys may have also set intentions to be able to interact with your spiritual team a lot more, to be able to interact with the universe a lot more, to be able to receive more signs and understand what they mean, and to know how to interpret them and what to do with those signs and those messages and those downloads. So you guys may also be receiving a plethora of downloads right now, or you may have set intentions to increase the amount of downloads, divine downloads that you get from a higher power. So let's just check out your tarot cards here to see what else it is that we're seeing. Oh, look, we've got the moon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Four of Pentacles. It's quite interesting, especially with this grounded card coming out. And then we've got the Empress in reverse. Pile 4, it looks as though your intentions have been set concerning more discernment, better intuition, clearer guidance, more interaction or communication from spirit or your angels or even your loved ones that may have passed on. I like these, the oracle cards and the tarot cards have been aligning all day today with this particular reading. I'm so in love with that. So you may have set intentions as well to be contacted by a loved one on the divine side, on the spiritual, in the spiritual realm. Some of you have also set intentions to be more spiritual, or to be able to read astrology, or maybe even tarot cards, or work with some sort of divination practice in general. So it could be palm reading, tea leaf readings, things of that nature, or anything concerning divination. Nature too as well. There's intentions here for a more holistic life or lifestyle, maybe to move away from the city with this Four of Pentacles, and especially with this grounded card coming out for you. I think it would, no, that the first card to come out for you was an awakening. Yeah, so with this grounded card coming out for you, for sure, and the Four of Pentacles, this could be you guys kind of pulling away from the city life, wanting to get around more nature or more quieter, simpler living. This seems to revolve around your everyday domestic life. And with the Empress here, this can have to do with even starting a family, becoming a mother, a father, a parent in general, setting intentions for being able to provide stability to a family or to someone else that you want to take care of, like a child or a pet. Some of you as well, especially with the way that things are going in the world, I have to say it because it's here, with this moon card right here and the Empress being in reverse. The Empress can be seen as the ruler of planet Earth, in a sense. Venus is very closely aligned to Earth. The Empress she literally has the deepest connection with the earth and her surroundings and her environment. We talked about this on Patreon. We talked about her episode is like her and the environment are one. The reason why her environment looks the way it does, abundant, luxurious, opulent, is because that's what she is. She inherently is abundant, luxurious, opulent. She's sovereign. So this is why she is living in such a almost like a paradise, an earthly paradise. And so this lets me know that some of you guys may be concerned with where the world is going in the future. And that may have led you to want to live a more self-sustainable life, a more holistic life. Let me wait for this plane to pass. As well as too, your Venus, Moon, or Mercury, possibly even your Saturn sign, maybe in a Earth sign. Your natal Venus, Moon, Mercury, or Saturn may be in an Earth sign. Or it may be at the time of you seeing this reading, it may be transiting an earth sign. And because of that, you're getting a lot more in touch with your earth energy. You're getting a lot more in touch with the energy of nature. You're aligning more to it. So definitely for sure, You guys may be wanting to live a more holistic lifestyle because of where the world seems to be headed, or because of this, like, these unprecedented times where we really don't know what's going on. Since the beginning of time, or at least since humans have gotten here, the world has just always been on the edge of just falling to shreds because of humans. But because of that, you guys may be looking at this like, I want to learn how to survive on my own. I want to learn how to use the earth to fulfill me, to sustain me, to heal me. So it's like it just seems like you want to live a healthier, more holistic lifestyle. It's like you just want to be more green. You want to be a lot more in tune and in touch with your own nature and your own sense of nature and your own instincts as well. So this is also you guys with the moon right here. The moon also rules instincts. So this is also you guys wanting to work on your instincts, being able to trust your instincts. Because you guys may feel very separated from your instincts. You may feel like the life of convenience has impaired your instincts, or it's impaired your instinctive abilities to be able to know what is the right move for you or the wrong move for you, because all of life is so convenient now. All we have to do is just get on our phone and we can literally, if you have the money, you can get anything sent right to your doorstep practically if you have the money, right? And so it's like you guys may be leaning away from that sort of lifestyle where all I got to do is pick up my phone, or all I got to do is go to the store. It's like you guys want to take on this work on your own, especially with this Four of Pentacles right here as well, and the moon and the Empress. So getting back to the intentions that you guys may have set that is materializing, it could definitely be that you have set intentions for being able to provide some sort of security to your family or someone else that maybe you want to take care of, like a child or a pet, or maybe like a future partner or a spouse, something of that nature. I don't know why your messages keep going back and forth between like motherhood or domestic life and your spiritual prowess, but you may have asked for more spiritual power or influence. And that combined with the Empress, that could be you having set intentions as well for a spiritual mentor or a teacher to show you how to use your spiritual powers, or to show you how to control them, how to properly and formally conduct certain ceremonies, rites, and sacraments. The Empress, to me, as we already discussed over on Patreon, like I said, she always brings my focus right back to one's environment, because she is so deeply connected to her surroundings and to the earth. So this is also speaking to someone setting intentions to find the right spiritual home or community and environment, neighborhood, or institution where you can learn the customs and the procedures. You want to surround yourself possibly maybe with more spiritually in tune or spiritually aligned people, more organic people almost is what it seems like too. It's like you guys want to be around more organic, like real, like down to earth people. There we go. Grounded, yeah, down to earth people. You want more of that down to earth feeling, where it's like you're relying on your community, and you have this little community in your neighborhood or in your space or your coven or your church or, your whatever it is, your local neighborhood, your institution, wherever it is that you live. It's like your domestic life. You really want it to be a lot more organic is what I'm picking up here. And you guys may have set intentions to be able to do that. You guys may have set intentions to be able to like sell your home and like buy a tiny house and like, go out into the woods or something, or just travel around, or maybe not even own a home, but maybe just like traveling, spending your time traveling, getting to know different communities and cultures, and really connecting with that. I'm just seeing you guys really want to connect with your environment, and the environment could be, it doesn't just have to be a small little neighborhood or a town. This could be the world that you're wanting to connect with, especially with the Empress being here. The Empress feels at home no matter what part of the earth that she lands on, because she is able to follow her own senses, follow her own instincts to a certain place where it's like, this is perfect for me, this works for me. Or she's able to build an environment that is really in alignment with her own internal state, or her own internal state of being. And this is exactly what you guys are trying to find. You're on a search right now to find that place, that environment that really connects and aligns with your own internal state, that really connects and aligns with who it is that you are and who it is that you're trying to become, who it is that you're trying to be. And so I'm seeing some of you guys on the lookout for that. So maybe you are right now currently traveling, living out of suitcases, and it's like so much fun for you and you're really loving it because you're able to really connect to different cultures, different communities, different people, and ultimately discover the place that you're meant to be at. So this is just a part of your path. You guys really aligning with your path, like what I was talking about when I was just looking at your oracle cards. This is you guys really aligning with your path and being like, this is just where I'm supposed to be for the time being, you know. And it might just be the time being. It might just be right now where you're supposed to be in this one area, this one neighborhood, or this one city, or this one country, and then eventually, you know, moving on and setting up shop or setting up home somewhere else. So you guys may be like my nomads, you know. Could be some Sagittarius energy here as well. You may be a Sagittarius moon, have some really dominant Sagittarius energy. Your Saturn, your natal Saturn may have been in Sagittarius. Yeah, something like that. Something where you're really just experimenting with. The world is just your playground right now. And you're just really trying to connect and find your place where you fit. Because you may want to put some roots down somewhere with the Empress and the Moon card here showing up and the Four of Pentacles and grounded. Yeah, you guys are trying to put some roots down somewhere. But I'm also picking up too that like some of you guys feel like there's not just one place that you're supposed to settle down at. So again, with this Empress card right here in reverse, you definitely may have set intentions to find the right like spiritual home or community. You want or have asked for that guidance with the Moon card here as well, because you have had an awakening. We also have the awakening card right here. You have had some sort of an awakening, and the same things that were important to you before just are not important anymore. They don't have a place in your life really anymore. And so you've got a whole new set of interests that you are really motivated to learn about. And this looks to be, I just heard, even writing a book. So some of you as well set intentions to write a book or maybe to publish one. And I feel like maybe you moving around and trying to find where you're supposed to be at right now, maybe that's really going to serve as the inspiration for this novel that you're writing. And so I feel like you've already started writing it with this Empress card here, and you may have hit some writer's block a little bit with the Moon card right here, and you may be looking for that inspiration, and you're just like, you know what, me staying in the city or me staying where I've been living is just, it's not giving the way that I need it to give, you know. It's not able to really inspire me or motivate me to finish this book, you know. So you guys may be also doing that as well. That's a little bit more of a specific message coming through. So let's see what else is okay. We also have romance for you, pile 3. Romance. Wow. Okay, let me make sure both of these are your cards first. Let me check. Okay, they are. So you guys got romance as well, and true love come to me. Romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. And true love come to me says, true love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. So this is also romance and love that you guys are manifesting in your life for both of these cards to come out. That's pretty incredible. And underneath the deck here, we have abundance, and it says, Goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. So yeah, you guys may definitely have set intentions as well for a romantic partner, or for the romantic part of your life to kind of get, you know, a little more action in it. Especially with you guys trying to like find yourself and find who you are, find where you're supposed to be, find where you're meant to be. You may feel a little bit like a child of the world or like a traveler, like a nomad, because you kind of don't have that you don't have that reason to root yourself anywhere, you know. And sometimes that reason can be you know, a relationship or a person or a family or something like that. So yeah, you guys may sort of feel like a relationship could help ground you a little bit more, or like it could help you find where you're supposed to be. So some of you as well, you don't really mind moving around because you have that freedom to do so. So the card that came out for you is abundance. And these are my intention oracle cards. I did not order these cards. They just showed up in my mailbox. And I was like, okay, must be a sign. So that's where I got the idea to do this reading. And so the intention that came out for you is abundance. And we also had that came out underneath the deck of the other oracle card here. So it says purpose here. When drowning in lack, when the waters of creativity and prosperity seem to have receded, when your well of inspiration feels bone dry, soak up this card. What was I just talking about? You guys may not feel inspired. You may feel like you need to move around to find that inspiration. It's the first sentence on this card here. And it says here, history and lore. In the modern world, clean drinkable water is readily available. This has not always been so. People would travel great distances to find potable water, and when they did, they saw it as a gift from the gods. As time progressed and fountains and wells were built, the awe and reverence for water remained, which is where the tradition of throwing coins into a water source and making a wish or sending a prayer of gratitude originated. Oh, I didn't know that. And it says here, the tools that you'll need is a bowl, basin, bucket, or whatever you've got handy that will serve as your personal wishing well. 2 weeks worth of coins, an image or statue of the Celtic goddess Coventina, who is honored as a goddess who presides over sacred wells, granting the wishes of those who seek her help, or honestly any energy I think that you align with, in case you don't know about Coventina or you work with a different energy. Just substitute that energy that you work with. The ritual instructions here says, beginning on the day of the new moon, fill your personal well of choice with water and place your representation of Coventina next to or above it. From now until the full moon, toss a coin into your well and state your wish/prayer to Coventina. It may be helpful to mix up your wishes with positive affirmations such as I am open to receiving, everything I need flows to me smoothly, or I am surrounded by abundance, or whatever it is that you are seeking to manifest. And then it says here for setting the intention, it says after the moon cycle is complete, gather your coins on the full moon, dry them and place them in your sacred space or a personal space where you will see them every day. Then pour the water from your personal well over soil, your yard, nearby woods, somewhere in nature. As you do this, envision all heaviness associated with lack being replaced with the fluidity of abundance. Feel yourself renewed and see yourself as the open, receptive vessel, now ready to receive the blessings that you set into motion with this ritual. So this is abundance also coming to you guys. This is abundance. It sounds like an abundance of money here, especially if you guys are dealing with lack, which the Four of Pentacles can kind of allude to that. It can allude to somebody that's sort of like just staying above water, which is why he's gripping and holding onto those pentacles so tightly, because he's not used to them flowing in a lot. He's not used to an abundance of coins flowing in. So he holds on to what he has naturally, naturally. So yeah, this can kind of allude to like you feeling like you're on the cusp of like just barely making it. And you guys set intentions for abundance in the past at some point in time. And that's exactly what is manifesting for you. And then we have here space clearing. And it says purpose, when outside energies linger, when your space feels not your own, when a clearing of spirit and environment is called for, wave this card. The history and lore says the practice of the sacred smoke bowl blessing is one gifted to us from the spiritual connections between the Native Americans, the land, and the plant spirits that they revered, known as smudging. Environments and individuals were cleansed using the smoke from certain plants such as sage and cedar. It is said that negative or harmful energies were lifted and cleared, restoring balance, peace, and harmony. The tools here says there are different bundles of herbs that can be used for smudging. Amongst the most common are sage and cedar. It says sweetgrass can be incorporated to usher in positive energies after the negative energies have been cleared, as well as lavender to create a calming, soothing effect. Have a bowl, large shell, or even mug nearby, and you will use this to create your own sacred smoke bowl. A feather can be incorporated if desired. Lastly, a fire source. And then it says here, ritual instructions, using your herbs of choice, light the end of your bundle, letting it burn just enough to singe the tips of your herbs, blow out the flame, and if you are using a feather, begin to waft the smoke around the space or individual that you would like to be cleansed. Watch as the smoke floats away, and imagine that all the negativity that you are intent on clearing is floating away with it. When you have finished, place the herb bundle in your sacred bowl and allow it to burn out, taking in the aromas and lightness that is now surrounding you. Yeah, and you guys, make sure that when you buy your herbs that you're buying it from someone that like they are either like putting really good energy into it. I like to personally work with my tools, my herbs and oils and candles and things like that. But if you are going to, buy something that's set, just make sure that it's like somebody's energy that you really vibe with, that you really resonate with, that you really trust, because this exact energy is getting aligned with your intentions. Or if you don't, just get the stuff yourself and just work on kind of putting your energy into it and then doing it that way. Because you can never go wrong when you just do it yourself. You can never, ever, ever go wrong. Okay, especially if, let's just say that you like buy a candle, you don't know how to set it, or herbs or something. All you got to do is be like ancestors, spiritual team, angels, like help me set this candle because I'm trying to set it to align with these intentions, or I'm trying to set it to align with this feeling or this vision or this goal, you know, and they will do it for you. You're working with energy. So when you incorporate your spiritual team, they know exactly how to translate what you want into the language of energy. And for setting the intentions, it says, I clear this space and see it filled with light. I clear my body and see it filled with love. I clear all that does not serve me and see my strength and power rise for the good of all. Blessed be. Okay, and then underneath the deck, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to kind of hold it up for you guys, a screenshot. But underneath the deck here, we have forgiveness. So this could be another intention that you guys have set. I'm feeling like with this forgiveness card, that you guys may have set intentions to actually forgive someone, but I'm also feeling like too, you guys it's like you guys want to do your part when it comes to maybe protecting the earth or doing something for the earth, or just like almost like righting any sort of wrongs that you may have feel that like you've done with the earth in terms of just like not taking care of it or just doing better or relying more on it. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys as a reading. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with some oracle cards here, just to see what intentions of yours are materializing in your life currently. Then we're going to be checking out your tarot cards and then some additional oracle cards on camera, just to get a nice overview of exactly what is manifesting in your life right now, which intentions that you have set in the past that are currently starting to come to fruition or come true. So let's get started. Ooh, okay. Came out fast. So we have here sacrifice, and it says here, sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love, and it's a sacrifice for love, for you to love. Okay, for you to love yourself more. That just wanted to come out. These cards, I swear today, have literally just been like controlled by something else. Okay, so we have here detachment, and it says, with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it is fulfilled. Okay. And then underneath the deck here, we have love. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. So definitely sacrifice and detachment are coming with a very similar message about releasing something, letting something go. And it may be for love or in the form of love. Something that you've had to let go that you really didn't want to, and it really didn't. There may not have been a lot of reasons to let it go other than the fact that like this is a sacrifice that I need to make for the better good, or this is something that I need to do for my own good, or maybe for someone else's own good. Just you realizing that like right now, there's something that you can't necessarily take on. You don't have the time, you don't have the space, you don't have the energy. And so this is just like a sacrifice that you're making where it's like, I would love to have this. Absolutely nothing is wrong with this, but I know for a fact that I cannot take something on right now. The intention that you guys may have set may have something to do with time. It may have something to do with you guys being able to be free enough and have enough space to really focus on yourself right now. And that may make you feel like a little bit guilty. Like, for example, like this is just an example, but like, let's just say that you're like in a relationship, right? And it's not like your partner is horrible or doing anything wrong, but you just know deep down inside somewhere, like, I need to go focus on this or focus on that or focus on school or focus on work or focus on my health or focus on myself, whatever it is. You realize that you need to let go of that relationship. And it's like you guys are making certain sacrifices right now where it's like, it's understandable if you didn't want to make that sacrifice or if you didn't, but you guys are making sacrifices right now where it's like you're not even being asked to. You know, normally when we make sacrifices, it's because things have gotten to a specific place where it's just toxic, or it's unhealthy, or it's chaotic, or it's inconvenient, or it's in our way. You know, and it's like you're making a sacrifice before any of that happens. And so the intention that you guys may have set recently may have to do with just having that space, time, and opportunity to focus on you and focus on your own journey right now. You may have also set an intention for a little bit more discipline, some more boundaries, the ability to be able to say no, the ability to be able to be more cut and dry, the ability to make decisions a little bit easier. This can definitely result in like you guys setting some sort of intentions to be able to say no, or to be able to choose self. That's what I'm really picking up. You want to be able to choose self. Some of you guys may have set intentions for that. Help me to have a little bit more space, a little more time to focus on me. Let's check out your tarot cards and see. The tarot cards will definitely, look at that. First card, Ace of Cups. Yep. Okay. I know what this is. Well, let me see your other tarot cards first. we got the Five of Cups in reverse. And we got the Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah. That's what I was picking up. There may be a little bit of guilt that you guys have, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you guys are making sacrifices that you don't necessarily need to make just yet. So other people around you, especially if you're sacrificing certain relationships and connections, they might not be able to understand why you're doing this. Like, why are you stepping back? Like, why won't you be as available anymore, in the future? So yeah, we've got the Ace of Cups, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Swords. Some of you also set intentions to feel a little bit more peace with the decisions that you're making, because you might not even understand why you're making them. You just may feel like you're supposed to make these decisions. Like, this is what you're supposed to do, But yeah, I also see here that you have set the intention for a lot more self-love, better self-esteem, better self-image right off the bat. Some of you may practice saying affirmations, repeating incantations or mantras and chants, even in the mirror. You may work with water and use water scrying to help shape, mold, or change the image of yourself and the way that you see yourself or your appearance. Wow, that's really powerful. I've never thought to use water to change the way that that's wow. You guys may do that because water is so fluid. That's actually a really great idea. I'm getting ideas from you guys now. But that's a really great idea. But yeah, this is also you working on your confidence and your self-esteem. Your appearance keeps coming up as well. Even control issues, having a hard time accepting your body, the way you look, who you are, how you were born, maybe even with this Five of Cups in reverse. The intentions that I'm saying for you is more about a complete lifestyle change or mental state change. And there's these little habits or rituals that you practice every day. And you are using the power of repetition to alter these really stubborn thoughts and ideas of yourself. And repetition is one of the most powerful techniques to use when it comes to changing a pattern. You've got to replace a habit that you dislike with this Nine of Swords with a habit that you approve of or love with this Ace of Cups. So that's what I'm saying with you guys, is this everyday effort. So you may have set intentions, but you're also doing these small acts every day to help change your outlook. There may even be a sense of social anxiety that you've been wanting to change as well. Even some intimidation, being intimidated by other people, other men, other women. You want to have a more powerful presence, and you have resorted to working on your self-image and self-love in order to obtain that. And you're right on the money pile for this is definitely confirmation of that working for you. So this could be like detachment from people's thoughts of you, detachment from the negative thoughts that you have of yourself, sacrificing the negative thoughts and the regrets that you have, or any sort of guilt or shame that you have, comparisons that you're making between yourself and other people. You are sacrificing all of that for love, more love, self-love, things like that, to just live a more loving life in general, to have a mental state that's more surrounded by self-acceptance and self-love, love of the self. That's really something that you guys are working on right now. And so that may be why too, you're kind of separating maybe from certain relationships or people or lifestyles or habits or routines, is because you're realizing that maybe some of those things that you're surrounding yourself with right now, it could possibly be getting in the way a little bit of you being able to change your mental state, because you're trying to change these habits. So if you're surrounding yourself with the same people, the same environments, the same places, the same habits, the same routines, the same lifestyles, the same choices, and the same actions, if you're surrounding yourself with the same thing, you're going to keep perpetuating the same sort of behaviors, the same sort of mindsets, the same sort of lifestyle. And this is why you guys may be right now in the state of wanting to change a lot of that up. But you may feel guilty about doing so because it's like, in order to change that, you got to separate from those things for a while, or maybe even permanently. And so you guys may be struggling with that a little bit, that feeling of guilt for detaching from certain things, certain people. You may feel that guilt for sacrificing certain things for your better good, because you guys may not be used to choosing yourself. You may not be used to prioritizing yourself, to putting yourself first. So when it comes to doing things like this, it feels very unnatural, and you may even feel a sense of like guilt and selfishness, like, oh my God, like, me being better, why does that mean that I have to let go of certain people? Or you may be worried about sending the certain message that you're not good enough for me, so I can't be friends with you anymore, or I can't date you anymore, or I can't work here anymore, or whatever, and it may really be getting to you mentally, where it's like, you don't want to come off as though like you're better than other people, or like they're not good enough for you and for the future that you're trying to create. But it's like, you also know deep down inside that like, I have to do this in order to create that peace with myself. Because this is something that you guys have wanted for a very long time. It's just to be able to have peace in yourself, to be able to feel confident, to be able to feel good with yourself, and to be able to feel like a sense of love for yourself and being in love with yourself. You guys really have wanted that. And so you're realizing what's in the way of that. You're realizing that you need to remove certain things, but you set intentions for that. You set intentions for more love, more self-love, a better relationship with yourself. And the interesting thing is that certain things started happening in your life where you were like, I need to let this go, I need to let that go. Your sense of awareness really opened up. Your sense of discernment really opened up, and you were able to discern, like, I said I wanted more self-love. I said I wanted to have a better relationship with myself. This is not in alignment with that. What am I going to do about it? But that may be a real serious struggle for you with this Nine of Swords right here and this Five of Cups in reverse. It's like, it's a real serious struggle for you. But right now, this is the only way to really get to where you're trying to get to, mentally and emotionally. Let's see what else you're manifesting. So we have here authenticity. Yeah, so this is just you. This is just you being more of who you are. This is just you being more of who you are. It says, who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Yes, everything that God made is good. Everything. And you guys are starting to align more with that, with your more authentic nature, your more authentic self. Okay. 2 cards came out for you. So we have here passion, rise up higher, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. And then we have here psychic protection. Yeah, that's because of that Nine of Swords down here. This is another thing that you guys have manifested without probably knowing it. It says, around me now a shield of gold protecting me, strong and bold. And then we also have here creativity underneath the deck. And it says here, by all above and all below, let me connect, let creativity flow. So I'll also leave this out for you. So with authenticity and passion, so with this passion card right here, you guys there's things that you guys want, but for some reason, you're not comfortable enough to go after it with the person that you are. And that may be why you guys feel as though you need some sort of almost like ego death, or like your own voluntary like tower moment where you kind of destroy the ego, or you destroy the person that you are, the person that you've become. You destroy the ego so you can emerge more authentic. And because there's like passion and creativity here is telling me that there is something that you love or something that you want to do, but you're not comfortable enough doing it because of who you are. It doesn't fit who you currently are right now. And this is why there may be some conflict, some mental conflict back and forth, because it's like, you may be concerned with what people are going to think about you, what they're going to say about you, but it's more so of you feeling such a conflict within yourself because you're fighting between who you truly are, what you truly love, and who you are coming off as. It doesn't add up. It's like it doesn't match up. And that's brought you some anxiety, is the fact that it's like, I'm not allowed to be this person because people don't think that I'm this way, or I've never come off this way. I've never embraced this part of myself. So you guys may be also getting a little more in touch with your shadow as well. Getting more in touch with your unconscious side with this Nine of Swords right here, Five of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups talks about loving every single part of yourself. Every single part of yourself, everything that God made was good. And every part about you is good. It's just you finding your own journey to yourself and accepting all of you. You're the one that is working on accepting all of you. And that may be what's like a little bit difficult for you right now, is kind of letting go of certain things, habits, actions, people, lifestyles, routines that kind of kept you in autopilot. They kind of kept you operating as one type of person. So you may have had to let go of certain relationships that would have judged you or not given you enough space to just be you. Or maybe you're assuming that these people won't understand the real me. They won't understand me changing or evolving into this new person. They won't understand that, so I have to let it go. And you may know that. This could as well too with passion right here. This could have to do with sexuality as well. But more than likely, this just has to do with you accepting yourself. More than likely, this is just you accepting yourself. Accepting who you are with this authenticity card, passion and creativity, accepting what you love to do. So creativity could be you stepping away from, just an example, stepping away from school and going off and doing something that's more like creative, is more of a creative outlet. Maybe your parents don't agree with it. Maybe your spouse doesn't agree with it. Maybe your friends don't agree with it. Maybe the people around you don't agree with it. Maybe your community doesn't, and so this is psychic protection because you're really going against the grain here. Whatever this is, you're going against the grain. And that can be extremely terrifying. And I know that we live in a day and age where individualism is really celebrated, and it's such a beautiful thing. But I don't think that we necessarily give enough credit to people that are brave enough to break out of whatever constructs they've been sort of born into or forced into. And when it comes to saying, no, I'm not going in that direction anymore, actually, matters of fact, going in the opposite direction, that takes a shit ton of courage. And it's something that we cannot do without our spiritual team intact and helping us and protecting us and giving us that strength, because it can feel like a very lonely ass journey. And our journeys already are somewhat individualized, I guess you could say. But it's like when you are choosing to separate from your community, it's really, what I'm trying to say is like, it's really sad when you can't bring along your loved ones, your community, your family, your friends, the people that are supposed to have your back and love you just for you. It's really sad when they can't accept that, or when they cannot be a part of your journey. It can be a very difficult thing to accept and to move on from. But what I'm definitely seeing here for you guys is just you manifesting, having set intentions for the strength and the courage to be who you are in the face of adversity and in the face of people that disagree with you. It's like, I still have to be true to me. I have to have that peace within myself. With this Ace of Cups right here, this Five of Cups in reverse is saying I've sacrificed too much just to be accepted, or just to not be judged, or just to not deal with the opinions around me. It's like, I've sacrificed too much. The price is too high. My authenticity, selling my soul in that instance, so I can fit in or not be judged, or whatever the reason may be, it's too much for you now. You're starting to feel the effects of sacrificing your authenticity just to be loved by other people, or just to be accepted, or just to not cause conflict. So let's see what other intentions are coming through for you. This deck right here is actually the reason that I'm doing this reading, because it just popped up in my mail. And I was like, all right, sure. I didn't even order this. I don't know where it came from. So we have here forgiveness is the first one to come out for you guys. Yeah. So this is just confirmation that this is definitely involving, for some of you, this is involving a community or a family or relationships or people that are not able to agree with you or accept what it is that you want to do and who you are. And that may have caused some serious mental conflict here. Really bad internal conflict. And it may have really disturbed the peace in your life, because you possibly feel unloved by the people that are supposed to love you the most. And yeah, so you guys may be unknowingly, you're also manifesting forgiveness, where you're able to forgive these people for possibly not accepting you. And it says a purpose here: when the weight of resentment is too much to bear, when you are ready to be free of the shackles that bind you to anger and blame, apply this card. The history and lore here says, according to esoteric Daoist alchemy, intercepting karma is a conscious choice made by the disciple to energetically detach from their past. And we have the detachment card right here. Yeah. And it says here, detach from their past or their stories. This sets the individual free from bondage and clears the way for deep spiritual transformation. Yeah, you guys are on a hermit journey right now. And then it says here with the tools, small pieces of paper, a writing utensil, a black candle, a bundle of sage, and a bundle of sweetgrass is what's needed. The ritual instructions here says, similar to a cord-cutting ritual, this one is more geared towards honoring the lessons of the past by releasing them. In this way, we honor ourselves, our spirits, and our hearts. Through this, we clear our slate of everything that we have experienced so that we can now powerfully mold and create our own highest, truest future. On each piece of paper, write what you need to forgive or want forgiveness for. Write the hard things, the things that weigh the most, the things whose release will set you free. Now, one by one, hold them over the flame or the candle and place them in a safe burning bowl. Have water nearby, safely always, and the color of the candle represents your past, the flame, your loving respect for, and peace with it. And then it says here, setting the intention, I release grief, I release shame, I release guilt, I release my bondage to make way for my freedom. That's beautiful. Yeah, I was talking about you may be feeling some form of guilt, shame, or even grief could be coming from this, because it's like you really had to choose yourself here, and you may feel very guilty for that. But you can't help who you were. You can't help how you were born. You can't help who you are authentically. And so we also have here manifestation. And it says purpose: to bring about positive change, to shift your current course, to co-create more abundantly and lovingly with life in the universe. Wave this card. History and lore here says, Buddha said, all that we are is a result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. Yes, what we think, we become. This mode of thought is seen consistently throughout history in various religions and spiritual practices. More recently, the practice of belief and positive thought has made a resurgence as universal truth and is an integral concept in the teachings of popular authors such as Deepak Chopra, Marianne Williamson, and Paulo Coelho. I think I'm saying right. But it says, let me try to hold it up so you guys can see those names. Take a screenshot. And it says here for the tools, items and imagery representing your dreams and desires, affirmations, supporting these wishes, crystals, candles, and or whatever personal effects that speak to you and raise your vibrational frequency. And then we have here ritual instructions, and it says, center and ground yourself. Look at the items that you have collected and allow them to fill you with the energy and emotions that arriving at your desired outcome would conjure. Arrange these items in a space you will see every day. Spend time at this space. Repeat your affirmations. Add or remove items as you feel inspired. The point of this is to create a space representative of all that you want to bring into and create in your life. It says the point of this space is to energize and empower. The point of this space is to remind you that anything is possible, that you are possible, that you are worthy. Setting the intention with clear intent, I co-create my life. With the support of the universe within and without, I experience more joy, more abundance, and more ease. With universal love surrounding me, life becomes a miracle I always knew it could be. So this, for some reason, is telling me that whoever it is that you think, or whatever it is that you think won't fit in this authentic sort of life that you're trying to now live, actually set the intention for it. I feel like this manifestation card is saying, like, let's say that it's like your parents or something that don't agree with you wanting to drop out and become a musician. It's just an example. And they threaten to like never speak to you if you do this, and you do it anyways. This manifestation card is telling me right here, there's no absolutes. The people that say that they can't support this and they can't support that, it's not true. Love is very, very present in your life and in your relationships. Now, you will know personally if this resonates with you and if this is for you. And if this is something that was not safe for you, or was a situation where you were like violated or, disrespected, then it may be better for you to stay away permanently. But for those of you where it was just a disagreement, we just couldn't see eye to eye, I just had to walk away. There's a lot more love in this situation than you think. And there is a lot more possibility of you guys coming back together in the future and them being completely supportive and completely behind you in terms of who you are and what you're trying to do with your life, and living more of an authentic life, more true to yourself and what you see for yourself. There's a higher possibility than you think of these people accepting you and supporting you down the road in the future. It might not be right now, but it's possible. And if that is something that you want, then manifest it. This person may have told you, I can't stand behind that. I can't agree with that. Maybe it's a certain person that you're dating with this love card right here, where a family or a friend has said, I can't support this. I can't support that. But you really want to keep these people in your life. Let's just say that you don't want to choose yourself or them. Let's just say you don't want to make that decision. This manifestation card is saying right here, you don't have to. You can have it all. Manifest it. And like I said, you're going to know if that's actually meant for you and if that resonates with you and if that is in alignment with your own story or not. But that's what it's telling me. And then underneath the deck here, we have release. And I'm not going to be reading this card because it's underneath the deck for you. So, but I am going to hold it up in case you guys feel like you want to take a screenshot and apply this. Okay, and you guys don't think that you can't have everything that you want. I feel as though that may be a main theme in your reading, especially with this 5 of Cups right here. It's like they didn't just want these 2 cups. They wanted all 5 of these cups. Just look at this card. He's crying over those 3 cups. He still has 2 left standing behind him. He wanted all of his cups. He didn't want to lose any of them, which is why he's not in a position yet to still appreciate the 2 cups that he has standing, because he wanted all his cups. He wanted all 5. You can't have all of that. So with this forgiveness card here as well, this is kind of saying that, like, if you do want certain things, certain people in your life still, it's going to be important to forgive them, and to sort of release whatever it is that you guys may have said to each other. There may have been a really difficult conversation. You guys may have said things that you didn't mean. They may have said things that they didn't mean. And you may be still holding on to that pain and that guilt. And it doesn't help because it's like you already feel guilty about making this decision. So the fact that they responded in that way, it doesn't help, you know? And it's like there is still a lot of love here at the core, at the center of this connection. There's so much love to the point that you are able to look past their shortcomings and they're able to look past your decisions, you know? So you can have it all. It's just a matter of being able to forgive and move forward with a clean slate. But pile 4, this is all I'm seeing as far as the intentions that you set, the things that you're manifesting, the things that are coming to fruition in your life right now. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the worlds. Bye, guys.